One of the biggest problems most CDL drivers make during a DOT physical is trying to hide medical problems. And I understand why. A lot of drivers are terrified of losing their CDL, terrified of being disqualified, terrified of losing income. But hiding serious health information can create a bigger problem later, especially if you're involved in an accident. Today, I want to explain what drivers should never hide, what actually happens during a DOT physical, and why honesty usually helps you more than it hurts you. I'm Dr. Pope, a certified FMCSA medical examiner, and I worked with drivers for years. And one thing I need drivers to understand is this. DOT medical exams are not designed to punish drivers. They exist to protect both the driver and the public. Now, does that mean that some conditions can affect certification? Absolutely. But many drivers assume if I tell the truth, I automatically fail. That's simply not true. Most drivers hide conditions for one reason: fear. Fear of losing work, fear of being placed on restriction, fear of needing more testing, or fear of being temporarily disqualified. So instead of being honest, some drivers try to hide. They try to hide high blood pressure, sleep apnea, diabetes, heart conditions, mental health medications, or a certain prescription. But here's the dangerous part. When you hide a serious medical condition, you're creating a risk in two ways. First, you could put yourself and others in danger if the condition is uncontrolled. Second, if there's ever a serious accident investigation, your medical history becomes part of that investigation. That becomes much bigger than a DOT physical. Let's talk about some of the most common conditions that drivers try to hide. Blood pressure. This is probably one of the biggest issues we see. A lot of drivers know their pressure is high before they even walk into the exam. Some avoid medication, some stop taking medication, some hope they can pass just this one. But uncontrolled blood pressure increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, vision problems, and sudden medical emergencies behind the wheel. The good news is, many drivers with hypertension can be certified, especially when it's being treated and properly monitored. Next, sleep apnea. This is a huge one in the trucking industry. Drivers sometimes avoid testing because they're worried about CPAP requirements. But untreated sleep apnea can cause daytime fatigue, poor concentration, and increase the risk of an accident. And honestly, a lot of drivers don't even realize how exhausted they are until they finally get treated. Then there's diabetes. Drivers worry insulin automatically means disqualification. That's outthinking data. Many diabetic drivers can still qualify, but documentation and glucose control matters. Heart conditions are another major category. If you've had a heart attack, stents, arrhythmias, or cardiac procedures, that doesn't automatically mean your CDL career is over. Hiding cardiac history is dangerous. The DOT examiners need accurate information to determine whether you can safely operate a commercial vehicle. Here's what I tell drivers to do instead. Don't wait until your DOT physical to start caring about your health. That's the wrong strategy. The best thing you can do is manage your problems early. Take your medications correctly, follow up with your doctors, bring documentations, know your numbers, keep copies of specialist clearances. Because when conditions are managed properly, many drivers can continue to work safely. And honestly, most DOT examiners would rather see a driver being proactive and responsible than trying to hide information. I also want drivers to understand this. Your health is your career. Truck driving is demanding. Long hours, poor sleep, stress, irregular meals, and limited exercise. And over time, those things affect your blood pressure, your metabolism, your heart health, and your energy levels. Too many drivers wait until there's a crisis before they pay attention. The goal shouldn't be just passing the DOT physicals. The goal should be staying healthy enough to keep driving, earning, and living well. So if you're a CDL driver watching this, be honest during your exam.